Robert Pilot of Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake. I'm here to ask you for your support. Finding honest Native-centered news is not easy, but with your support, we're able to provide accurate information about Standing Rock, Line 3, treaty violations, and COVID-19 in our Native communities. Please visit Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon and donate if you can. That's Native Roots Radio Network on Patreon. Pinigigi, and thank you for your support. Aho, this is Robert Pilot. For Native relatives, healing is more than just sobriety. It's reclaiming Indigenous masculinity as a sacred, balanced force. Join Hunter Thundercloud for Native Roots Radio presents Controlled Fire. We explore how personal recovery uplifts our communities. It's time men step back into roles as mentors and spiritual leaders. Recovery is collective, and it starts with us. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of every month at 6 p.m. for Native Roots Radio presents Controlled Fire. Let's tend the fire together. Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Did you know that the Walker has a cinema that shows film almost every week? From artist talks, genre-defined performances, and world premieres to archival shorts and experimental soundscapes, the Walker Cinema explores all modes of global and local filmmaking. Get your first tickets for free. Visit walkerart.org/cinema to learn more. That's walkerart.org/cinema. See you at the movies.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
All My Relations Arts in Minneapolis invites you to experience Unchi Said So, a powerful new exhibition by Daniel C. Walker rooted in Native storytelling, collective identity, and community. Join us for the opening reception Friday, April 10th from 6 to 8 p.m. Through bold portraits and vibrant color, this work reflects generational knowledge, teachings passed down, and the significance of grandmothers in Native culture, reminding us that sovereignty begins at home. Plan your visit today at allmyrelationsarts.org. With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, cloudy with a low of 39, then Wednesday, a chance of rain and a high of 61. Support comes from Hennepin Arts, presenting the Tony Award-winning musical Suffs, about the brilliant, passionate, and funny American woman who fought tirelessly for the right to vote. Tickets and more information at hennepinarts.org. That's Suffs, April 7th through 12th at the Orpheum. Tickets at hennepinarts.org.
Portions of Native Roots Radio may be pre-recorded.
It's a good day to be Indigenous. Get up, stand up.
They are going to become more brutal.
Couldn't cut, hitting cut again.
Because all the hippies were trying to be Indians anyway.
They're going to become more repressive because it's a matter of dollars and their illusionary concepts of power.
Hey, Victor.
We must live in balance with the earth.
And also with recent happenings at Wounded Knee.
I am awake.
Welcome to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Wakanja Hade. Kadagi to all my friends and relatives in four directions. You are listening to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and I'm your host, Robert Pilot. Hey, we discuss local, national, Native news and events, and as you know, Native issues are human issues, and human issues are Native issues. Hey, tonight we got a powerful show lined up. Wendy's going to give us a quick update on what's happening with this coming up week, and really give a shout out. And then we also have our friend visiting artist Frazer Sundown of Oneida Nation, and we're going to be talking about a hands-on session of traditional corn husk twining. And then plus we're going to be talking to Red Lake Nation College, and a lot going on there, and we're going to be spotlighting them. Well, Wendy, let's start off with you again. Big Pinigigi, thank you so much for coming on. And there's a lot going on with the sacred animal portion of our show right now, Wen.
Yeah, there is. So yesterday, everyone, I was updating you about going to Rid Glen Farms in Blue Mounds, Wisconsin, where they house over 2,000 beagles, and they use the beagles for breeding and for experimentation. The dogs are... The place is set to close on July 1st due to over 300 violations. Many of the violations are for animal cruelty. Last month, there were a group of people who went and broke in and got some dogs out. They got 30 dogs out. 8 of them were confiscated from the police, the sheriff's department there. We're going back on April 19th. This is a nonviolent open rescue. We want everyone to know about it. We want the governor of Wisconsin, Tony Evers, to know about this. We want the sheriff to know about this. We want the city council to know about this. And we want all the residents of Wisconsin to know about this and be aware of this. And we will be going back on April 19th. There's over 1,700 people signed up to go to this facility. Again, nonviolent. We want to get the rest of the dogs out. And yesterday, I put in for an ask because this costs money. Many of us are lodging there, food, gas, travel. Plus, we need stuff for the dogs, right? We need potty pads, and we need blankets and beds. We need slip leads. We need blankets, harnesses, leashes. We also need treats and toys too. So we need a lot of supplies to do this. And I put an ask out yesterday and asked for donations to help. And I just want to thank the people tonight so much who did this. I'm just going to say their first and last initial. First of all, Maureen H. You know who you are. We know you for a long time. Everyone was so generous. I really just want to thank everybody. So Maureen H., Jada F., Susan P., Claire W., and Jeannie O. There's other people who wrote me messages saying that they're going to send me checks, and I really, really appreciate that. Teresa N. and Paul S. So I want to thank all of you for, your donations. This money's going to go far, and no penny of it will go wasted. Even if I get all the money I need for what I'm doing, I will donate the money to others. There's 1,700 of us. A lot of people are flying in. My roommate, who I don't even know yet, who is going to stay at the hotel, is flying in from Hawaii, and she's doing this with us. So there's people coming from South Carolina, California, Arizona. I mean, people are coming from all over the United States to come and help with this rescue. And we're just so excited. And we just want these dogs to go to good homes. So you could go on savethedog.io. The website will come up. You could volunteer to help be there in Wisconsin with us. Or if you can't, you could donate there as well. You could also sign up for an adoption. If you want to adopt one of these dogs or foster one of these dogs, you could fill out an application. So we're really, we're nervous about this, but we're also excited. I think most of us, I know for me, I just kind of keep the dog at the forefront. And I just think about that dog, and I want to take that dog out of that horrible environment where this dog is literally being tortured every day. Take it out and put it in a good home. Let it sleep in a nice warm bed and have a blanket and a toy and be somebody's companion animal. That's where, what I feel is where it should be.
Well, Wendy, I just want to say a big peeny gigi thank you always for talking about our relatives, our sacred animals when you come on.
Yeah.
And this is really important,
Sure.
and in the native community, dogs are sacred.
Yes.
We have a lot of chiefs and crow dog and people that are named after them. You see the old pictures of people in front of their teepee or chapotake or wigwam, and there's a big old dog there. So we think this is really important. And again, Wendy's Venmo is Wendy or at Wendy Pilot. And
Yeah, it's at Wendy Pilot.
yeah, and again, a big peeny gigi thank you
Yeah,
everybody
thanks.
for supporting us and
Yeah.
supporting Wendy on this journey.
I just want to say one other thing. If you want to, you can call the Dane County, Wisconsin Sheriff's Department and tell them that you're in support of Rigland, surrendering the dogs. Today I called Governor Tony Evers, and he's always been a great supporter of what we're doing. He's on the radio show here quite often and gives updates. And I talked to his legislative assistant today. I had a really nice conversation with her, and she was kind of aware of what was going on. Like, she heard about this, what was going on. And she thinks that, Governor Evers is aware of this. And my ask to Governor Evers is to talk to Rigland Farms and plead with them and convince them that the right thing to do would be surrendering these dogs to us, and not sell them to other labs. So, but unfortunately, where the mighty dollar lies is,
Well, Mark, one of the big legislators out of that's on Tom Arnold once a week, or Tom Hartman, thank you, on AM 950 and across the nation, has Pocan on, and he
Mark Pocan,
he wrote a big a kind of a public response to this organization.
Yes, so he is in support. I'll just read the last sentence of his letter. So Mark Pocan, who is the United States House Representatives, wrote a letter in response to Rigland Farms' email that they sent. Rigland Farms wrote, that these animal rights extremists are coming and I need your help. And Mark Pocan wrote, in addition to my concerns about the ethical treatment of the beagles on your property, I encourage the prioritization of safe rehoming to every beagle possible. No dog should lack the decency of a safe and loving environment. So thank you very much, Mark Pocan, for that response to Rigland Farms.
And Wendy, thank you. And thank you for all the supporters. That's at Venmo, Wendy-Pilot. Hey, up next, we have our friend Frazer Sundown, Oneida Nation. We're going to be talking about what's happening at the Walker on the 9th. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio, and we'll be right back after this short break.
Stay with us.
Oh,
All My Relations Arts in Minneapolis invites you to experience Unchi Said So, a powerful new exhibition by Daniel C. Walker rooted in Native storytelling, collective identity, and community. Join us for the opening reception Friday, April 10th from 6 to 8 p.m. Through bold portraits and vibrant color, this work reflects generational knowledge, teachings passed down, and the significance of grandmothers in Native culture, reminding us that sovereignty begins at home. Plan your visit today at allmyrelationsarts.org.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovated Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation. Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Local artist Rosie Simas, Seneca Nation of Indians, Huron Clan, embodies Onondaga philosophies of peacemaking and relationality in new immersive installation. Visit Agay Jagwa Desnigowaweni. I hope it'll stir your mind and explore a space built for communal rest and contemplation. Seamus presents a performance of the same name this May. Learn more about the exhibition and performance at walkerart.org.
I'm Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan, and I want to be your next United States Senator, and you are listening to Native Roots Radio.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is Robert Pilot, and we have a guest on right now, Frazer, Sundown, Oneida Nation, and the Turtle Clan, and we're going to be talking about what's happening at the Walker Art on April 9th, the Walker Art at the Cargill Lounge. This is 725 Vineland Place in Minneapolis, and I want to just give you a big Peony Geek. Frazer, thanks for coming on, and I really want to talk about this in the event, and really appreciate you coming on. Welcome to Native Roots Radio.
All right, yeah, thank you. Y'all go for having me.
Oh, yeah,
Honored.
look at that hat for me. Just people that are watching us on social media, he's got a really cool hat that I might have to look into. Oh, wow, that's nice. So, can you talk a little bit about what's going to be going on at the Walker Art Center at 6 p.m. on the 9th?
Sure, yeah. Rosie Simus invited me over there to share the techniques of what we call corn husk twining. And so that's ancient corn husk weaving that Haudenosaunee people have done throughout our history of our people, and I'm just here to revitalize that and bring it back to life, because it kind of died off a little bit there.
Well, I there's a picture of it on the website, and it's beautiful. It's just amazing. So, how long have you been working on these? And this is a beautiful thing, and and is it just Oneida, or what other tribes use the corn husking method?
Well, from what I studied, it was mostly used by the Haudenosaunee people, like all of the Six Nations. Um, Majority of the work that you can find is mostly throughout the Seneca people, and so that's where I picked up this form of art. I've been working with corn husks for almost 20 years now, and I picked up twining over that duration, and that's where I picked it up as within the Seneca people, and a lot of the objects from our history, they still exist today. Some of the ceremonial objects and things, and yeah.
Well, it's amazing too. My notes here says that they also weave bottles, and not only moccasins, but bottles and other items like baskets. And I know Ho Chunk are really big into weaving baskets, but I don't think it's with corn husks.
Yeah, there's a lot of different fibers that are used, and other nations they do the same technique as weaving. And so I really I'm kind of envious of those other fibers, because they're a lot longer than corn husk. So it seems
Yeah.
it would be a lot easier to do. But when it comes to corn husk, you're only working with a limited length of fibers that you have, and so it's a little bit. I could see that it would be a little bit more difficulty, but it does, bring us to where we're from. The people of the Haudenosaunee, we are corn people, so we would definitely use that fiber, and I would think that would be the same thing for the other nations that do the types of weaving, or the same thing, the twining with their fibers.
Well, with the corn husk, you said it's only so long, so my big size 11-12s wouldn't fit in there. Oh, just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, can you tell us a little bit, like how would you start? Is it twining? It kind of looked like, and I don't have the picture in front of me, but it kind of looked like almost braiding at first.
Yeah, it's a little bit. You have the sort of concepts of using those muscles in your hands to braid, you're clamping down with your fingers and you're weaving, and when you could start multiple ways, but the way that bottles, for instance, or moccasins are started, there's a nucleus that you build in the beginning by folding corn husk and then sort of like conjoining them together, and they sort of like clamp in together, um, and then you sort of create this wheel, and the spokes. You get into those basket terms as you get further along with twining, and then you have your own. I kind of made up my own terms there. You have your twiner, and then you have your spokes, and so when you're twining sort of in a circular, I guess, direction, and you could create those bottles, or I created because that was something that our people used in our history was bottles, and they used to store salt in them for
Oh.
many things. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this again. So it's going to be two sessions. I'm reading here, one at 6 and one at 7:30, and you're going to be teaching people how to use the corn husk and twine to make things like moccasins. And this is going to be at the Walker Art, April 9th, 2026, at 6 p.m. at the Cargill Lounge, which is a beautiful lounge at the Walker.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can't wait to see it. It's gonna be exciting.
So what do people need to bring other than a good attitude and patience? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I gotta bring some patience because it gets real tough, and throughout all of my other workshops, I've seen people get a little frustrated, but it teaches you a lot of patience, and it's very therapeutic when you do it. So yeah, that good energy is definitely needed there.
So the corn husking is really, I'm reading here too, is twining is central to the gallery presentation, and materials be provided and distributed. First comes, first served. So everybody get out there early and get ready to do that, because that sounds really, really exciting. Fraser, do you have anything else you want people to know about this great activity?
Yeah, just that just really raising that awareness that it needs to be brought back to life. We need to revitalize this. This is something that's dying off within our people, and so by bringing that alive and keeping that going, you're also bringing alive a lot of other things that come along with it, because you're sitting there face to face with each other, and keeping alive a lot of the traditions that our ancestors carried forth, and want us to do the same.
And I know, when we do things like this in a community, there's also just natural storytelling going on. Do you, Fraser? Do you talk about the history and things like that? What do you say during this activity?
Oh yes, definitely. I'm going to be bringing some information, and some photos that I have of twining, and objects that our people do, and yeah, I will most definitely be relaying the history that I've studied about twining, corn husk twining specifically.
So when people go and aren't able to finish their product, is there a YouTube video or videos out there that you have show how to do this, or is this pretty much person to person?
There was a YouTube video. It's not there anymore. There's some if you search, there is some videos that are out there. I know I have a short one that sort of gives a little bit of an intro to how to twine. There's not too much explaining in that, but if you go to the workshop and you sit and listen to the skills, you could definitely get it if you want to pursue that and keep going. Um, I would hope that that's what I would get out of this workshop, is for students to definitely keep progressing on more projects, or finish the project that they're going to be doing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We only got a minute left here, and I really appreciate you coming on, Fraser, and talking about this event coming up on April 9th at 6 p.m. at the Walker. it's so cool to see a lot of things that we do and work on that is art, but it also is really things that we use in our daily life. And I just want to say a big Pinigiki Fraser for doing this and keeping this alive. This is a huge deal for our community, and I really appreciate that, Fraser.
Yes, y'all go to you as well, and I really appreciate the words and this time here that we took to relay this message and talk about this thing.
Yes, one more time at the Walker Thursday, April 9th at 6 p.m. at the Cargill Lounge. It is free, and it is a beautiful thing. And Rosie is always cutting edge on things, and so I appreciate what's going on here and what's happening, and it'll be a great thing. And I just want to get the word out as much as possible. This has just been awesome. Okay. He gave me, people listening on the radio, he gave me the okay sign with the two fingers. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Right on, Fraser. Thanks for coming on, man. And I'll
Right,
see you soon. And the great work, and keep up the good work.
Alrighty, going.
Right on. Hey, that was cool. Hey, up next, we got Red Lake Nation. We're in college, and we're going to be talking about some things there. And you are listening to Native Roots Radio. We'll be right back after this short break. Please stay with us. Ho! Support comes from the Walker Arts Center, an art space that's more than the spoon and cherry. Galleries celebrate contemporary visual art, including indigenous artists like Edgar Heap of Birds from the Cheyenne and Arapaho nations, and Jim Deminy from the Ojibwe Nation. Additionally, film screens, cinema, and performances are shown on stage. And the Walker is free every Thursday night and free every day for citizens and members of tribal nations. Learn more at walkerart.org.
This is Chase Iron Eyes announcing a new show on AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota, powered by Native Roots Radio. The show is called Native American Patriot Talk Radio. What will we do on the show? We are going to explore and dive into the source of American constitutional sovereignty, the intersection of Native American and legal issues. Find us the first and third Tuesday of every month at 6 p.m. on AM 950.
Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Did you know that the Walker has a cinema that shows film almost every week? From artist talks, genre-defined performances, and world premieres to archival shorts and experimental soundscapes, the Walker Cinema explores all modes of global and local filmmaking. Get your first tickets for free. Visit walkerart.org/cinema to learn more. That's walkerart.org/cinema. See you at the movies.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
All My Relations Arts in Minneapolis invites you to experience Unchi Said So, a powerful new exhibition by Daniel C. Walker rooted in Native storytelling, collective identity, and community. Join us for the opening reception Friday, April 10th from 6 to 8 p.m. Through bold portraits and vibrant color, this work reflects generational knowledge, teachings passed down, and the significance of grandmothers in Native culture, reminding us that sovereignty begins at home. Plan your visit today at allmyrelationsarts.org.
Support comes from the Walker Arts Center. Local artist Rosie Simas, Seneca Nation of Indians, Huron Clan, embodies Onondaga philosophies of peacemaking and relationality in new immersive installation. Visit Age Jagwa Desnigowaweni. I hope it'll stir your mind and explore a space built for communal rest and contemplation. Simas presents a performance of the same name this May. Learn more about the exhibition and performance at walkerart.org. Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovated Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Patrick Lilia. Tonight, cloudy with a low of 39, then Wednesday, a chance of rain and a high of 61. Get your exquisite, elegant box of French macarons from Nicolette's Macarons in Plymouth. Nicolette's is conveniently located off Highway 169 and 36th Avenue. Stop in at the store or order your box online at nicolettesmacarons.com. With the NFAM 950, St. Louis Park, Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Welcome back to Native Roots Radio Presents I'm Awake, and this is Robert Pilot. Hey, welcome back, everyone. This is Robert Pilot, and we are with our friends from Red Lake Nation College, and we're going to talk about a few things like Future Fest and career and transfer fair. And I want to introduce Nadine Bell, Sarah Butler, and Donna Council. Thank you, a big Peeny thank you to our three for being on. It's my honor to have you on. And I love your college. I've been there quite a few times for events, and it's just a great place. So I'd really like to start out with Nadine and talk about inform the listeners about the college and all the great things that are happening there. Welcome to Native Roots Radio.
Great. All right. Thank you, Robert. Just making sure you can hear. Yes. Thank you for having us today. We're really excited to share not only information about the college, but an exciting event that we have coming up on April 14th. One of our main taglines at Red Lake Nation College is that we're a great place to start. Our main campus is up on the Red Lake Reservation in Red Lake. We have 414 students this last year. We've grown exponentially over the last couple of years, and we're really excited. We're one of the youngest TCUs in the country. As you know, there's 38 tribal colleges across the country that represent the vast majority of tribes. And we're really excited. We have 15 different tribes that are represented in our student body this year. About half of those students attend through distance education and attend here at our Minneapolis site. And we've been open since spring of 2024 here in downtown Minneapolis. We're located at 900 South 3rd Street, right across from US Bank Stadium. Real convenient for transportation. We're on the Metro line. We're also on the bus line. So we literally have a pathway to other institutions. So we're really well situated. One of the things I wanted to mention, we're really proud. We have 85 graduates that are going to walk across the stage next spring. And we have grown leaps and bounds with our original graduating class here from Minneapolis about 4 years ago was 4 students. This year we have 31 students who will be getting their 2-year degree in associates in liberal education. One thing we're really proud of here at Red Lake is that we have transfer pathways established for most of our students to matriculate to all the Minnesota State schools. So like U of M, Twin Cities, Augsburg, Metro State, BSU up Bemidji State University up north. So students can get a great start here, and then whatever they want to do in their last 2 years, their 3rd and 4th year, pick a college, choose a major, and get a 4-year degree.
One of the cool things, I'm a former high school teacher for 30 years, and one of the cool things that you guys will, I don't know if you've experienced, but to have former students come back and teach and work with you. And there's another thing I wanted to bring up too, is that there's a light rail that goes right past the Minneapolis office that makes it really accessible. And you guys are just doing great work. And I'm sorry if I interrupted you. You were on a roll, a good roll. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, that's spot on. We're one stop up from Franklin. We're one stop away from, like I said, the Twin Cities. So we feel pretty well situated right in between there. Like I said, a literal pathway. Our average age student, and we're a tribal college that represents a multi-generational student body. So we have students who are just starting off in college, even as high school students. They're post-secondary students, so they're still studying high school and they're going to college at the same time. So we have 17-year-olds, and this year we actually have a great-grandmother who's graduating with her family, and she's 75. So we really feel like we represent a reflection of our community, from the youth to elders, and they all learn from each other. And it's a great reciprocity in that learning environment. And I feel like that's one of the things that really make us unique, and the tribal colleges in general.
That's beautiful. I wonder if Sarah, do you want to talk about the student experience and the Future Fest maybe? Oh,
sure. Bonjour, my name is Sarah Butler. I'm from the Lakota Reservation. I live here in the Twin Cities. I am the Transfer Pathway Specialist and Adjunct Faculty here at Red Lake College. We have been in the process of planning our event called Future Fest. And what that is, it's a career and transfer fair. So we're kind of ending the academic year. We finished fall semester. We're about to finish spring semester, but we're also beginning spring, the season spring. So this is a time for us to bring community into the doors, have colleges and universities, community resources, businesses attend here. This is going to be on April 14th from 10 to 2 p.m. And we also have our guest speaker, which is Donna Council. She's going to be talking about her book, Golden Brown Indian Girl. I think this is just like the environment here at Red Lake College is just, basically we want to build community, and we encourage students to be here on site. We encourage students to have that kind of networking skills and the relationships with their advisors, with their peers, with their elders as well, and also with their instructors. If they are not here on campus or on site or even up north at the main site, we encourage them through Zoom. Turn your camera on. That's another way for them to actually build community and just, put their profile picture in their account settings. So that's just something that we always like to have that kind of support system for our students here on campus.
Well, it's so important. And one of the things that I'm old, so I remember what those buildings look like. I used to go to Dome Souvenirs Plus before I'd go to the Dome and buy some souvenirs. And what you guys have done to that beautiful building. Do you suggest parents to show up? And is there a special time that they can come in and check it out? Because it is such a beautiful community and building.
Yes, students and their parents are encouraged to come anytime. They can call our admissions office and set an appointment, or we have walk-ins that come in. And like you said, like Sarah said, it's springtime, and a lot of students are looking for what their next steps are if they're graduating seniors. And it's never too early to look at your college opportunities. So even if you're a freshman, sophomore, or junior, we encourage you to come check us out.
That's awesome. And to the Future Fest Career and Transfer Fair is April 14th, 2026, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. with this great author here. We have Donna. We're going to be talking to in just a second, and you'll be the speaker, and people will be able to check out your book. But Donna, take a sip of some liquid here and tell us a little bit about. Oh,
Yes, thank you for having me. My name is Donna Council, like you had said. I'm Dakota and Lakota. And I had the privilege to be invited here at the college to speak about where my journey took me and how important that, education is. And it took a long time for myself, because also too now, since I'm an elder, I got an opportunity to experience the hard times, all the way what happened to the current affairs here in the cities, and then hoping through seeing people that look like me and being able to have the students feel that they can be successful. And also working with the youth is really important. And I was a school social worker for many years, and I've always worked in some type of educational institutions. And I also too am a former product of the Indian boarding school. So I have that history also. And then seeing all the changes and hoping back then that I could make a change. But there was obstacles that, got in the way, barriers, and never really finding the opportunity or to really support me as an Indian person, to the point where I was searching and wondering and asking myself, how can I get this message to our youth? Because I believe that's, our mission. We have to support the youth. And there's, like I said, there was no doors that would open for me. And I got that opportunity to work with high school students. And that also in the schools, I have noticed there's no curriculum, there's no books, there's no posters or nothing that looked like the students, just what I've experienced. And the history of just healing, it comes all in one direction, from birth till we go to our next journey. But in the meantime, how do we continue to educate our youth? Because I'm depending on them. I'm almost done with my journey. And so who's going to take that ball? And I see that the college, it makes me proud that I'm sitting here among these two ladies, because they also must got that feeling that they want to pursue and teaching our children. And something I'd like to share, that I'm also working with boarding school survivor, because I'm part of the boarding school survivors, and they're still beginning their healing. So can you imagine, we're trying to heal and our youth. So it's so important. We got to grasp the youth, pull them together and tell them and show them places where they can be successful. And that's where we got to really find places that's willing to open the doors, and we have to speak up for ourselves.
Yeah, well, we're speaking with Donna Council, and you writing the book Golden Brown Indian Girl, A Small Voice Gets Louder. And I'm here with Donna Council and Red Lake Nation, and we're going to take a quick break. We have to pay the bills. This is Native Roots Radio, and we'll be right back. Oh, this is Robert Pilot. For Native relatives, healing is more than just sobriety. It's reclaiming Indigenous masculinity as a sacred, balanced force. Join Hunter Thundercloud for Native Roots Radio presents Controlled Fire. We explore how personal recovery uplifts our communities. It's time men step back into roles as mentors and spiritual leaders. Recovery is collective, and it starts with us. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of every month at 6 p.m. for Native Roots Radio presents Controlled Fire. Let's tend the fire together. Hey, it's Robert Pilot from Native Roots Radio. For a meal that feeds your soul and health, check out Gatherings Cafe. Located in the renovative Minneapolis American Indian Center, Executive Chef Vernon Defoe and team serve up incredible indigenous flavors. Gatherings Cafe has amazing bison tacos featuring lean protein from native wise, corn tortillas, and homemade sides. It's fresh, local food rooted in ancestral knowledge. Stop by for breakfast or lunch. That's Gatherings Cafe, where tradition meets innovation.
If the statistics say that 1 in 3 Native women and 1 in 6 Native men have experienced sexual assault in their lifetime, it means our whole community is affected by sexual violence. 1 is too many. Don't stand by, stand up. Don't engage in acts of sexual violence, and shut down the dirty jokes, the gossip, the victim blaming and shaming. As a community, we can change the way we respond. Contact the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition to attend a workshop to learn more. Sponsored by the Minnesota Indian Women's Sexual Assault Coalition.
The city of Minneapolis is now on Native Roots Radio with Minneapolis AIR. AIR stands for American Indian Relations. Guest host Christine McDonald talks to people about important things affecting the city's Native communities. Minneapolis AIR dives into topics like public safety, public health, elections, and so much more. Tune in to Minneapolis AIR on Native Roots Radio from 5 to 6 p.m. on the second Wednesday of every month, right here on AM 950.
Hi, it's Dr. Evan Adams, and you're listening to Native Roots Radio. Hey, Victor, you better be listening.
In this portion of the show, we'd like to bring awareness to our wolf and bear populations throughout Turtle Island. Say no to the hunts.
Hey, welcome back. This is Native Roots Radio, and we're with our friends from Red Lake Nation College and also author, Donna Council. We're talking about an event that's coming up April 14th, 2026. And guest speaker from 10 to 2 at 11:30, Donna Council. And we're talking about your book and the things that you've gone through in order to get to where you're at. And I'm really enjoying this conversation. You guys have a lot of spunk, and it comes across. So again, thank you so much for coming on. And Donna, let's finish our conversation here. This has been really, really, really cool talking about the book and what your path has been to get to this point to help our community and our young ones. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Well, like I had mentioned earlier, the boarding school, and that's another story that is for another time. But from that journey came, and the support with my TO space, that I was able to get that counseling and encouragement. And sometimes it wasn't always positive, but encouragement. And my uncle told me to go out and learn he said it was Shichaway, and come back and maybe you can help our tribe. And very honest, told him, I said, Uncle, I didn't want to come back because there was nothing there on my tribe. It was just the boarding school. And most of the land you are aware of that there's nothing there that they put Indian people on. And I struggled with it all through my life and wondering how I'm going to be successful and to give my children a good path to go, and also to be supportive and be proud of who they are. So I struggle with that the most because I've always got a lot of the stereotypes, a lot of the prejudice, and I had to fight with that because of who I was. And I heard all through my life and the journeys that I went through, I didn't have anybody to say, well, this is what the boarding school did. This is why you're here and what was the outcome. So the first thing that I was already somewhat, fortune was already there for me because of the struggles, because I've seen my mom, I've seen my relatives, how they're suffering. And I didn't want that for myself, and I didn't want that for my community, and most of all, not my children. And so he said education. So that I took that route, and I went to college. Again, the boarding school is just the 3 R's. And I have dyslexia, and I have a really hard time speaking and pronunciation. And that was also one of my embarrassments and being ashamed, and also being shamed because of that. And so I had to fight with that. And if I was struggling with that, because students were probably going through that experience. So I try to gather all that information and all that feelings that I struggled and my shortcomings and put it down, but it wasn't supposed to come out as a book. That was something that was throwing out my feelings, everything that people had put on me that I carried, all that pain. I got tired of carrying it. So what I did was I put it down and I just threw it out there. And whatever happens to the book or whatever happens for the information, that it's the creator's going to take it whatever direction. But my goal was I wanted my former students, the community, to see that through education, we can be successful. And then also too, now I'm hoping, my biggest goal and hoping is to, all of us will unite as one, because we already respect each other, our tribal ways and everything, but we need to come together as one. And now we know what direction to go. We got to use education. We need to educate our kids. They need to educate themselves on the treaties. What happened? Why are we going to lose our sovereignty? Are we going to lose as being human beings? Now, the scary part, they want us to deport us to where? These are questions that come back to the basics. If we need to go forward, we need something like the college here. We need more voices. We need to encourage the youth to speak up. And trust me, there are youth out there that wants to embrace our culture. They want to learn. And the responsibility first is ourselves. We need to educate ourselves, learn the histories. I didn't learn all this on a book. I had to learn, and information is hard. So hopefully the college will have all this information available to read. We can't go back. That's the sad part. We can't go back, so we got to move forward. And the only way we can move forward is learning the ways that others are learning. And we can protect our ways if we get smart. We get the head smart, then we're able to pull our people together and give back what the government had did to Indian people. And that's something that they stripped from us. We're struggling. And start encourage each other to speak. Being ashamed. How many times have we heard that being, you're just an Indian? And we'll never be anything else. And that's still happening today. And if we have our eyes open, we see it in the community. It happened right in our back door. Somebody that looked like me. I was scared to come out. In my own place that I originally came from. So that's what's scary for. I'm seeing my takoshas. I'm seeing other young minds that they need to hear this. And we got to take responsibility and stop fighting amongst each other, especially Indian people. We're going to come together and say, you know something? We're tired of this. Go out, be lawyers. We want more lawyers. And then we also want somebody from there to represent us, to speak up for us. Because now we know, right? We're learning how the white man is doing it. We know now. And if we continue not to push forward, it's on us. It's our fault. So be very conscious about how we want to pass that on. And I want to pass it on in a good way. And experience living.
I appreciate you, and we're about to wrap up the show, and we were talking to Donna Council and the Red Lake Nation College, and I just want to bring this up again, April 14th, from 10 to 2 p.m. Donna will be speaking at 11:30. Come to the transfer fair, feature career and transfer fair. I just want to say a big Peony, thank you for coming on our show and for this inspirational talk. I believe in education. I'm a former high school teacher, and I believe in the work that you're all doing. And Donna, thank you so much for your past work with students and continue work with our people here. And I just want to say a big Peony Gigi, thank you so much, you three.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right on. Hey, this is Native Roots Radio, and if you're listening to the show, you are part of the resistance from Chief Plentycoops, the ground on which we stand on. It's sacred ground. It's the blood of our ancestors. We need to resist, divest, join a group, run for office, and vote, and go to college. We'll be back tomorrow. This is Native Roots Radio, signing off.
The city of Minneapolis